you? Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, it wants me to rotate. All right. How are you guys all doing? I am... Hold on, I'm not seeing my own live, so let's look. Because I can't see the chat. I can see two people. Oh, there it is. All right. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Ashley. And I'm not sure if there was anyone else or not, but all right. So we'll wait just a couple of minutes. If you have any questions, I'm going to be doing on the bow tutorial. I'm going to show you how I use my my bow machine, but I'm also going to show you how to do it without the bow machine. My hair, what's going on? Okay, so we can just go ahead and get started. The first thing I was going to do is open up my craft stash from a craft stash that we challenge that we're going to be doing. And my package came from Megan from the Crafty Quinn. And in, oh, hi Linda. And in the, our challenge is going to be, hi Just Serve. Hi Jitters. I'm terrible at names. You're going to have to help me with that. So in the stash swap, we're going to have Megan, of course, from the Crafty Quinn, myself, Teresa from Teresa B DIYs, Melissa from Melissa Makes It DIY, Annie from Indie Annie Jones, and Cindy from That Crafting Lady. So, hi Melissa. All right, so this is my package. Let me see if I can tilt this down just a touch so you can see me opening this up. Let's see. I think I can cut across here. Okay. All right. So, all right. First thing is some buffalo ribbon. Oh, I wear these all the time. I usually take them off when I'm crafting. I have carpal tunnel, I have trigger finger, and I have tendonitis. So I have a lot of stuff going on. So, but I usually take these off when I'm doing my videos. Here is a tin, like a stove cover. There's only the small size. It got bent up a little bit during shipping, but I know I can pound that out really easy. Okay, then, oh, a wood heart. That's from Dollar Tree in the Crafter's Square. Oh, some organza. I got my package from Megan from the Crafty Quinn. So this is some organza. I don't know if I'd call it ribbon. I used to buy this a lot when I was doing a lot of my sewing. Hi Patty, how are you? All right. Oh, a garland of the little tiny pine cones. Hi Teresa. So it's all kind of messed up. I don't want to yank on it. I'll have to very, very carefully unravel it so I don't pop off any of these little pine cones. Hi Ron, that's my husband. Okay, then I got a Boo witch's hat from the Dollar Tree, and I can think of a lot of things I can do with this. Of course, it doesn't have to be anything to do with Halloween at all. So I got that. And then, oh, she got me this frame, and I'm not sure where it came from. It's a 5x7, so I'll have fun using that. Let's see. Oh, from the Dollar Tree, some black pom-poms. This is one I have not been able to find at the Dollar Tree near me, or when I was in Utah. I didn't see black. I don't know if it's because they were only out during Halloween time or not. So, but I have them. Okay, then a little mini palette. And then a larger palette. So, got those. Oh, and a tray from the Dollar Tree. And I am redoing my coffee. Well, I'm trying to get things ready to redo my coffee bar. And I wanted to do a tray. And if this is the right size, I'm going to change it so it doesn't look like this. And put it there. And then it looks like the last thing is, this looks like something she was going to use and then she didn't use or didn't decided against it. It's Love Makes a House a Home. It looks like she was working at getting all this paper off, and then she decided not to use this. So I'm going to use it. All right. Hi, Zaylee. Hi, Elena. So that is something I will definitely be using. So that is my stash. So I'm going to let you know about my little announcement if you haven't seen it yet. I just got to move all this stuff out of. I'm actually going to keep this ribbon right by my ribbon right here because I might be using it tonight. Let me move this out of my way. Okay, I'm going to clean up all little things with my little ladybug so it's not everywhere. I love this little thing, this vacuum cleaner. It does wonders. Okay. All right, so the announcement that I have is I'm starting a collaboration. It's going to be the second Monday of each month. It's called A Little Bit Rustic. I'm really looking forward to doing it. I've got 2 co-hosts lined up. My first one is March 8th, and that's going to be Melissa. And then the second one is going to be April 12th, and that's going to be Indiana Jones. So if anyone is interested, let me know, and I'll put you on my calendar. Now, for the ribbons, if you guys have any, or bows, if you have any kind of bows that you would like me to try that I don't try, because I'm only going to be on here till just before Annie goes live, so I don't want to run over her live. So, all right, let me see if I can situate my camera. I'm not using the same tripod as I normally use, so let me see if I can switch it where you guys can actually move it so you can see what I'm actually doing. Okay, that might be the best I can do, but I'll do the best I can to show you. Okay, so this is a bow maker that I just made. This is super simple. I just took a piece of plywood that I had out in my garage and 2 dowels, and then I put the inches on here. I did have a dowel here sticking up. It just gets in my way, so I'm going to make another stand that is further away so that you so it doesn't get in my way. All right, so The first one I'm going to show you is just a regular one on the bow maker. Now, I'm going to show you on here, and then I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to show you in my hands. So you don't have to have this bow maker to do this. So I usually cut a piece of ribbon for the tails, and you just put it down like this, and then as you go, you just turn it, and then I pull it forward. So that's my tails. Okay, then because this is two-sided, this is what makes it really nice when you're using a bow maker, is if it's two-sided, then it's easier to do. So you take this down and you twist it again with your wrong side poking up. Okay, then you're going to fold it and put it down through again. Now I'm going to make this bow 5 inches, so as I go down, then I'm going to twist it again so you have your wrong side up again. That's how it makes it where you're not pulling out wrong sides. And then I'm going to put it in again and go down. And if you notice, I turn one way for one side, and I turn the other way going the other, and that keeps the center here thick, and that's what you want. That will give you more depth in your bow. Okay, so I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to twist. And then I'm going to do another. And I'm going to twist it. Now I'm running out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I have enough to just do a little one. I think I do. Okay, now at this point I can just leave it at two loops, and then one little one. And all you would do after that is you just pull it off, and then you use wire, you can use a cord, you can use jute, you can use a chenille stem or whatever, but as you can see, it is a bow. Now I'm going to show you what you can do with this on a bow machine as well, and then I will go to doing it in my hand. This is where it becomes really fun. You can add a lot of different things. I'm going to make this a little bit shorter this time. I'm going to go with 4 inches, so that will give me a few more loops. Though these aren't jelly beans. Well, yeah, well, they could be jelly beans, or they could be eggs. I don't know. I don't remember. I've had this ribbon a long time. So, and it's crinkly, makes lots of noise. Okay, so because I went 4, now I can go 3. And then I'm just going to do one small one, and I'm not going to loop it over, but I'm going to pull it to the front. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my wire. This is paddle wire, or you could use floral wire. I like this because it's really quite thin, and it's a lot cheaper. Not that floral wire is expensive, but so you pull it off of here, and you put the wire around. I think I made my little tails a little too short, but that's okay because I'm just going to grab and I just turn it. And I keep turning it until I get it as tight as I can. Now, I can go ahead and cut this little part off. And then you're just going to fluff it. Like this. And because of all of that twisting in the center, you can pull these out. And I already had dovetailed these, so there is that ribbon, or that bow. And you can just play with it until you get it exactly the way you want it. Okay? All right. All right, so now I'm going to put the bow maker away for just a second because I want to show you how you can make this exact same thing in your hands. Now, of course, sometimes my hands hurt, and like I took my gloves off because I don't like using them when I'm crafting. So I'm going to show you. All right, so let's see what kind of... Don't want to do this one. Oh, here. Let's do burlap. I got a couple different burlaps. One is from Dollar Tree, and one, actually they're the same. So they're both from Dollar General, actually, but they're completely different. I don't have a lot of either one, so I can still use them. So what I'm going to do, oh, it's just a little bit. Well, let's just see what we can do with it then. All right. Okay, so what I do is I start from, instead of from the back, I start at the front. Or actually I do start, yeah, I start at the front. So I make a little loop. And what you're doing is I'm just scrunching this up in my hand. And then I'm going to make my little loop. And I'm going to scrunch it right there. And then I'm going to twist it. And then I can make my other loops a little bit bigger. Because remember, we're starting from the center, not the outside. So I'm going to just twist it, make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to scrunch it and twist it. And then do the same thing over again. And this is how I did it for years, long before I ever had a bow maker. And for years, for a while, I had one and I threw it away because I hadn't been using it. Now, I've got 2 and 2 and then 1. Now, I could put this other one on, or I could grab another ribbon. I could grab this burlap ribbon that she just sent me, and I can do the same thing. I can add it right there, and then, hi Effie, then I can go a little bit bigger, and this is really a soft one. It's not as stiff as this one, but that doesn't matter. You can still make it. So I'm twisting it, and I'm just holding it, and I'm doing the same thing. As you can see, let me see if I can show you on the side there. I'm going to twist it, and then I'm going to go underneath it. Now I want to make sure I have some, I'm not going to cut this, but I would probably cut this right here and make the tails. And then you just cut this. Now what would make this look really interesting is if I took this other burlap and I made it the same way. And then you have an extra tail which you'd cut off. So you have the extra tail here, and then you would make it. And so you just put the wire on it. And then you twist it. Of course, we're going to pretend that this is the tails. So you've got your centerpiece. I like a center of my bow. And then you have your 2 loops right here. And then you've got your 1 loop of the black and white. I thought I had 2 on each side. Huh. Oh well. And then you've got your other loops. And then that way you have a different type of a bow. So that's how you do it with your hands. It makes it a lot easier if you don't have a bow maker. There's so many different ways you can do bows without any kind of a bow maker. Okay, so now, oh, I do want to show you a different one that you can do on with the bow maker. And this is going to be, let's see, I've got some really pretty Easter colors in ribbon. So I've got this one from Dollar Tree. This one is from Dollar Tree, and this is a stripe. This is a burlap, and this is Easter eggs, and this is just a organza one. And this one came from Dollar General, and the other 3 came from Dollar Tree. So let me get the plastics cut off of them, and I'm going to go ahead and make this as if I'm making it for a project, because I want to keep this one so I can use it. Of course, I'm going to use all the bows. Bows don't go bad, or you know. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the check from Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do, and this is Dollar Tree ribbon sometimes is quite flimsy. This one is, but I'm going to start with it anyway. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right straight down here. And then I'm going to go down, and I'm going to make pretty big bow. I'm going to go 6 inches. And then I'm going to do another one that is 6 inches. I'll do another one. Actually, you know what? I gotta take that back off. I gotta remember, I need a tail. This is different one, so I'm gonna start with a tail here. Then I'm gonna do my 6 inches. Like I said, this is a lot softer. It's not as easy to work with it because it's soft, but we can do it. Okay, so we do it again, and we twist. Now, actually, I'm not going to twist this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one up here, and then I'm going to cut it. Okay, and I'm going to pull this down, and I'm going to put this up. So, I've got an X. 2 loops and 2 tails. Okay, now I'm going to start with this this blue one. It's kind of bluish green. It's the burlap. And so I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put this tail up here again. And then I'm going to do a 6-inch. Okay. And then I'm going to do another 6-inch loop. And then I'm going to cut that and put the loop up here. So what we're getting is these loops going different ways. This one's down. Let's see, no, this one's up. Wait a minute, that's down. This one's up. Okay, so you have an X again. You want to keep X's going. Okay, now with this one, I'm going to make my loops a little bit smaller. And what we're going to do, we're going to start out with the same with, you want all your tails here on this side, here and here, and your loops on this side. So put that, and I'm going to make this, like I said, I'm going to make this one like a 5-inch. And then do the same thing. And then I'm going to do another 5-inch. Do the same thing. And then this is going to be over here for this other tail. This is a big bow, but you can make this any size you want. Okay, now for the purple organza. I'm going to make more of these because it's going to be in the center. Now, one thing a lot of people don't realize is at any time when you're making a bow and at the end, you can add picks. Say like, okay, so this is an Easter one, so I could do this. And it's kind of a purpley one. So if I wanted, I could add these floral and these picks in there, so you can dress up your bow any way you'd like. Okay, so now this, we're going to do the same thing with the tails, and I'm going to go like this, and this is really, really soft. Organza is really soft anyway, and so I'm only doing like a 3-inch, and we're going to do a lot more of these because I want this bow to be really full in the center. So like I said, I'm just going, and you can do this with your hand as well. It's just, this is a little bit easier because it can hold on to it. Okay. And of course, if you have any questions, I'm trying to watch the chat, but for some reason my computer is not refreshing. So, okay. All right. So we're going to do this again. And at the end, I'm going to do a one really small one, which is right here. No, the next one, because I need the tail. Okay, so I got my material, the ribbon. So I can show you what I've got is I've got tails hanging here, and I've got tails hanging here on this side, and then I've got loops here, and then I've got loops over here. That makes a big difference when it comes to your what your bow is going to end up looking like. And this bow has a name to it, but I don't remember. I don't remember names of very many bows. So, okay. All right, so I'm going to pinch this, grab it all, I'll pull it up, get this out of my way, I'm going to slide this wire right through here, and then I'm going to cinch it up. Okay. All right. Now, I always trim this off, and then I tuck in the end so that it doesn't scratch me or my project. Okay. So now we've got our bow. Now we can start poofing up all these little loops. And I'm just pulling these, so you're getting a little tiny, what it looks like is a little bow right in the center of your bow. But that's when the fun happens, because then you start opening these up. Where did my other, oh, there's my other bow. I'm like, where did my other bow go? It was hiding. Or my other loop. Okay, so that is your bow. Now, I'm going to dovetail these. And if you don't know what dovetailing looks like, if you've ever seen a dove, which I used to have doves, and the ends of their tails literally looks like the end of this. It looks like a dove tail. So what you do is you fold this over, and you start cutting from the fold on a diagonal to the corner, or vice versa. I like to do it this way. Makes it, that way you're getting a nice crisp cut at the center, and that's it. Now I'm going to tell you, there's times where I going along and I'm making it, and then I look at it and I'm like, that's not a dovetail. So what I'd done is I did it opposite. And when that happens, let me see if I have a long one. Oh, well, this one's a long one. If you do it wrong and you go like this, oh, I did a dovetail anyway. I can't even do it wrong when I want to. Okay. All right, so because I can cut from the ends to the inside. Now, if you do it wrong, you can just redo it. It has not ruined your project, has not ruined your bow at all. So, and then I'm just going to do the rest of these. And this, like I said, this is really thin. So that's why I wanted to put a bunch, because you don't want it to flatten out. And because that organza is so thin and flimsy, it does that. Okay. All right. And it doesn't matter what way you fold your ribbon, inside out, wrong side in, doesn't matter. Wrong side out, wrong side in, doesn't matter. Okay. And there we go. What do you guys think of that one? Let me see if I can pull away from it. Yep. Yep. I really like these. They are really fun to make. And I'll be using this one in the next coming weeks. Okay, now I'm going to tilt my camera, see what I'm doing, so I'm not looking down at it, or over a couple that that is you can just do right in your hands, like in front of you. Okay, now one is, I call it, and I'm not sure, I don't know if this is the name of it, but I call it a shoe a shoestring bow. And the reason is when it's done, it looks like a shoestring. Now, I learned how to do this many, many years ago when I just needed a small bow. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your bow. I hope this is enough. With my hands, I'm not sure. So I just grab two, like this, and I fold it over so you have your little bunny ears, and then you're just going to tie it. This is when I have a hard time with my fingers not working the way I need them to. But once you get it, you can just pull at it, you can tighten it, and you can make it whatever size you want. And that just makes you a cute little bow. And that's called a shoestring bow. And you can trim the ends. Now, this is not like a wired ribbon or anything like that. So I normally just cut these on a diagonal rather than on like a dovetail or anything like that. And like I said, you can see the back there. Hi, Sandra. But what you can do is you can twist it because it's inside there, and I can twist this and I can make it, I can force it so that it goes like that. So you have your two sides and you've got your little tails. And that's a cute little one. Now, one that a lot of people has already done, I've been seeing a lot of people do, and that is the finger bows. Now, you can do this with burlap. You can even do it with a cording like this, or you can do it with a small ribbon. I don't have one sitting right here. It's in a box on the other side of where I'm sitting, so I don't want to grab it. Hi, Annie. That's okay. I understand. You're an hour ahead of us. We had dinner. We usually, well, my husband likes to have dinner really early, but because he doesn't get to cook anymore very often, I do the cooking, and so I usually make him wait a little bit to eat. I don't like to eat at 4:30 or 5 in the afternoon. So I usually start cooking between 5 and 5:30. And because I cook, I don't have to clean up. So that works. Okay, so here is your jute. Now you can use 2 fingers for small, 3 or 4. Now, I'm going to tie this with the burlap. So I'm just going to cut a piece off to tie with. And I'm going to use 3, actually I'm going to use 4 fingers. And what you're going to do is I hold it like this. Hi, Sandy, I didn't see you come in. And I'm just going to hold it, and I'm just going to wrap around a whole bunch of times. I want this to be a pretty thick bow. Okay, so there's your loops. And I'm just going to grab it off. I'm going to hold on to it, just like this. And I'm going to wrap this around. Let's see if I can make it where you can see. Like I said, I struggle with my hands a lot. I really have to be diligent on making my hands do what I want them to do. So, and then I just tie it 2 or 3 times. Now, if you want tails on this, I usually cut this. You can use what you tied as a tail, or you can tie another piece in there. But here is the little finger bow, and it's just like this. And there you go. Does anyone have any other bows they'd like to see? I've got about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes tops. I don't want to run into, thank you guys, I don't want to run into Annie's. There's a lot of different kinds of bows. I know there's the one that you loop over and then you snip and then you tie your wire around it and then you poof it out. But one of these bows, especially like this one or this one, you get this pretty much the same effect. And anyone who wasn't here, I can show you. This was the first bow I made. I made two of them actually. I made one on the bow machine, and then I made this one on the bow machine. I took it apart and made another one. Thank you. So that's one. And then I had scraps, and that's what's nice about scraps. You can always use, oh good, Melissa. So you can always use scraps. And this was the ribbon. I didn't cut this because I don't want to use it for this right now. This buffalo check was from my stash that came from the stash swap. And so I just used it to show you. I've got two different kind of burlaps. This is a stiffer one. This is a softer one. And then this, hi Pat. This is a buffalo check that it's kind of soft, and that's from the Crafty Quinn. So Megan. So I just used it. I can take it apart, but that's a cute little bow as well. And that's just showing you how you can do scraps. Now, this one is a totally different style. And what ends up happening with this is you end up having all these different tails. You have 8 tails and 8 loops. And I just used 4 different kinds of ribbon. And I made that with that. You should, okay, yes, but if you know anybody, actually, you know what you can do? You can go to Home Depot. I have a Sutherland's near me, but you can go to a Home Depot or a Lowe's, anywhere that will cut you some wood, and you can get like I would get a 1x3 or a 1x4. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Annie. Okay, so a 1x4, and you can have them cut it. Now, most people know somebody that has a drill, and you just drill the holes in, mark your markings with a ruler or a yardstick, and then you just stick them in there. And I would put I put a little bit of wood glue down in the bottom of the hole, and then I put hot glue on the outside of the stick, and I stuck it in there, and you've got a bow machine. And that's all you do. Now, I know there's some other fancier bow machines around. The one that has like a moon, and it has all these different holes for all your pegs to be moving around. You have to do one here and do wire, and do another one here and do wire. That's too complicated. I don't like things that is complicated. I like things that is just easy for me to do, for me to make. So I look for the most easiest way to get to something, to have it done. So that is why I've never had one of the easy bow makers. I've just made my own from the beginning, and I just learned how to make different bows. And there's a lot of bows out there, but usually if I see one, I can usually make it. And if no one saw this one, this is my little shoestring, and then my little finger bow. So, all right. If there's no other questions, oh, how long should the wood piece be? Well, you know what? This is about 22 inches long. I have 10 and then 11 here, and here I have 10 and 11. It depends on how long you're going to make in a bows. Now this one, you can see I have a hole here. This is where the dowel was sitting in there, and I took it out. But what I'm going to do, I've got a little piece of wood. Where is it? Well, I had a little piece of wood, just a little piece that I cut in my garage, and I'm just going to drill a hole inside that, and then I'm stick a dowel, and that way I can take it and sit it further away from me so that it's not right in my way, because when it was hooked on here, it was just in my way. So my first one, I never even put that there because I had a feeling it was going to be in my way, and then it was. So is there any other questions? Thank you, Pat. I'm glad you like the spring colors. These all came from the Dollar Tree, except for this one came from Dollar General. But you can use a lot of different ones. I also have, didn't even pull this one out. I have this one that is from Dollar Tree as well. That's it's Happy Easter, hoppity hop, little bunnies and eggs, and that's a cute one, and that's a burlap as well. I'll tell you one thing about burlap. I have an issue with burlap. I don't like the way it sheds. It makes me choke and gag. So I am so glad that the burlap that they use is a cleaner burlap, and it doesn't do that. So, all right. You guys have a great day. I know Annie always asks us what our send-off message is going to be. And I've worked at it, and I have finally come up with a saying that I say a lot. And that is, be the Bible that somebody reads today, and God bless. Bye.